Hi there, this is Mark, and I am in my yoga room, or the yoga room, at the gym I belong to. And I'm doing the reading from the Golden Present Daily Inspirational Readings by Sri Swami Satchidananda. And this is part of my daily 365-day video project, reading these daily readings. There's a reading per day, and then just sharing my thoughts afterwards. And it's just a way of sharing Swami Satchidananda's teachings. He's, he left his body in 2002, but prior to that, he shared his teachings and created yoga centers and was a part of the big yoga movement in the 60s and 70s in the US. And it's just a way of honoring his path, what he offered. So this is for November 26th, and the topic is Life Should Have Challenges. If you really want to overcome any feelings of negativity, think of the people who are not as fortunate as you. Many, many others are facing more and greater challenges. When you see that, you will feel that you are very lucky in what you have. Remember that ultimately there is one source, one power. If you trust in that completely and do what you can, help comes, strength comes, courage comes. God takes care of everything and everybody. Life should have challenges. Without challenges, it would be a bore. It is only in challenging situations that you really learn. Never give up hope. If the mind is strong, anything can be achieved. Well, that last line I feel like was really necessary in this, because if our mind isn't clear, if the mind isn't strong, then challenges will come to us and we'll feel like we can't manage them. We'll feel like they're coming as a negative force to take us down, and that life is against us, or we'll come up with all these things that the mind will have to struggle with in a way that disempowers us. But if we can do something that helps strengthen the mind, even simply something like this, knowing that life should have challenges, rather than thinking, no, we should have reached a point in our life where nothing is now challenging and everything is just, coming with ease. While I say that, I do think there can reach a point where we have an easeful, peaceful way of meeting the challenges. So it's not saying that challenges in the form of, hurting us, being painful, frustrating, stressful. It could be challenges that we just go, oh, there's something in my path. I just need to move it aside. Okay, now I keep walking. But if something lands in our path, and every time we think it's a huge tree that has fallen and there's no way to get around it, that can be then make life very challenging. So what can we do to strengthen the mind? And that for me has been yoga, meditation, and it's a continual practice, a daily practice, because miss 1 or 2 days and already those other thoughts start creeping back in, or I start to see things on media or other friends who maybe are feeling a little down, and all that vibration of energy starts to trickle into my brain, and I can be susceptible to going, oh yeah, they're right. Oh yeah, that is going to be really impossible to change, all that kind of thinking. So I like that last part in particular. And then here, remember that ultimately there is one source, one power. If you trust that completely and do what you can, help comes. If you trust that completely and do what you can. So it's not just, again, passively saying, okay, if I'm supposed to be, creating a huge successful business, well, then I'm just going to lay on the couch and wait for it to happen. No, you got to do what you can. Recognize there's a relationship that we're creating, not just being passive and disconnected, but we are creating a relationship with our highest self, with that divine essence. And that's going to mean different things to everybody. But how can we connect in with something that we just know in our heart? There is that feeling of knowingness that we're called to something, we're meant to activate in a certain way. Whether that's raising a family, building a business, traveling to see the world, it's it's really endless of what the outcome is or the action of what we're doing. But when we can do that listening and that trusting, we can build that relationship, and we know we just feel called forward, then we're in that alignment, and things happen. We know they're gonna happen, and we know how to walk through them. In this first part, if you really want to overcome any feelings of negativity, think of the people who are not as fortunate as you. And for some reason, I've been drawn to these videos lately on, I guess are they Facebook videos? Some of them are YouTube videos, just about people who have different bodies than we're used to. Whether they're paraplegics or people who are born with different ways that their body has been formed or not completely formed. And just seeing their strength and their hope has been inspiring for me. We sometimes take it for granted that we have what we have in our life. What if we don't have certain things? Would we be devastated? Do we know how to tap into a source that's just as confident and recognizes our limitlessness? Or do we think, oh no, if I don't have this, then that's horrible, that's the end of the world, how could that ever make life okay? But you see people who are surviving and even thriving with much less. There was a woman at the convention I went to, she's called the Unstoppable Tracy, and she doesn't have her own human legs, but she has mechanical legs in order to walk, and she doesn't have fully formed arms. But she is just the brightest, happiest, energetic person that I got to meet at that event. And she is unstoppable because she's tapping into something that doesn't matter if we look or have it like everyone else. We are feeling our own calling, our own nature to be what we're meant to be. Okay, that's my share for today. I hope this was useful. Thank you for watching these, and I will see you next time.